The fact that my journey of creating stickers for motorbikes has led me to a position where we've created a brand that the whole world appreciates, and have consumers and owners of weapons like this want us, choose us to get involved and help elevate visually, is a dream come true. I started this brand in 2010 from my bedroom in Woodside, just having a crack and having a go. As the brand built, the first place we really started to get traction was South Australia, being the state that we're based in. The owner of this bike back then was racing and actually had his own little race team set up. And he came to us to allow us to design the livery and supply graphics for his little race team, which was the first race team we ever had access to. So we've both gone different directions and done different things. He's been super successful in business, now rides these amazing things for a bit of fun, has access to these crazy models. And then he wanted to bring that back to us and give us another crack to design for him once again, but at a completely different stage of both of our lives, both of our journeys. This thing's a weapon, an absolute weapon. An RC8C, there's not many of those things around. It's super rare, a handful in Australia at best. It's a track bike firstly, got a full custom carbon body kit on the thing, like it's just an absolute work of art. It's not very common bike, right? We need to create the templates to be able to perfectly cover the areas of the bike we've decided to from a design perspective. Templating itself is a bit of an art. Having the resources to be able to invest into having people to specifically do templating is a bit of a luxury. A lot of companies wouldn't have access to that. It gives us the ability to, one, ensure that all of our templates for all the common models are as perfect as they can be, which eases installation for customers and creates a really nice end look, but also gives us the ability to create one-off templates for a one-off bike like this that deserves that level of attention. You know, we need to treat this thing like the work of art that it is, therefore take the time to template this perfectly, consider it completely, and ensure that the end result is exactly what we want it to be. So originally his brief was that he liked the OE look and feel of the bike. So this picture here is the KTM RC8C with an OEM style livery on it. Then he also said that he really liked the grey and black and orange combo. Like he showed us a picture here of one of our dirt bike kits. We then translate that in our own way to work out how we should treat this from a styling perspective. We still want it to be super clean and crisp and professional, but aggressive and angry. The designer who worked on this one, he created the design straight onto the bike, went backwards and forwards with the customer a few times on ideas, and then got to this stage that the customer was happy with. This is the resulting kit that we then threw through to the printery and they installed onto the bike, being ready to go. Typically with any graphics kit, heat is required to help you get around some of those tighter areas, but I needed no heat to get it on, which proves the template was like bang on. So pretty stoked about that. Elijah and the team have done a good job. Cool. Thing looks actually ridiculous. It's awesome. The carbon's so cool, like leaving exposed carbon was such a cool move. Looks so gangster. And it looks so much nicer now with like a livery on it than it did just bare, which is cool, because that's not always the case, right? But yeah, that's absolutely out of control. So sick, man. So sick. It looks like an actual race bike. So good. Looks actually ridiculous. So stoked. Like came out almost better than I expected, right? Like, oh. Translating it onto an actual bike, right? Like just takes it to a whole nother level. And now with HRC and Triumph, like we're doing the top tier of the sport for racing, but doing that for street bikes is not something we've been able to touch yet. So this is as close as that gets for the time being, and it's so wild. Like, all in all, like rad projects, so sick to be able to do stuff like this. One-off projects are time consuming and they take a bunch of extra effort and care, but that's what we live for, right? Like that's why we do what we do. You know, to create two-reeled artwork like this is just out of control.